I've been building Lego for over 4 years now, and in that time, I built so many sets that it doesn't even fit into my Lego room. I definitely have a storage problem. I counted like 6 weeks ago over 100 sets, and even then, I know I missed some sets as I was going around, so like this is gonna be truly an insane Lego tour. Strap in, this is gonna be a long video. I'm gonna start somewhere else in my house, and then we'll finish up here, and I'll go over all the ones behind me. Let's get into it. Anywho, we're in my bathroom, and this is where I have the least amount of Lego sets, and they're all in one shot, so this is actually pretty easy for me. We have 5 Lego sets right here. I will be adding a 6th once I do the Japanese red maple bonsai tree. Why was that so hard to get out? Something I did want to do for this video, in addition to keeping count for it, is also to talk about whether I have a video up or not. A lot of these sets have come since I've started to do video reviews, but also a lot of them I've had before. Also, if you've ever wondered why, like, I'm super into the botanicals, I have literal, like, plants. This room's so messy. Everywhere. So that would be why it's like the intersection of 2 separate hobbies I have. You'll definitely see a lot of plants throughout this house. That's like literally my other thing. I have like 2 things, and it's Legos and plants. Starting off on the sets from left to right, we have the Plum Blossom. I do have a video on that. It is like from when I was still trying to figure out how to do videos, so if you want to watch it, you can, but I feel like my recent videos have been a lot better. The Mini Orchid, I did that video and I really liked it. The Lucky Bamboo, which I do have a video on, and then we have the Chrysanthemum. I don't have a video on that one. I've talked about a little bit before, like how I've started a Lego channel and then couldn't like keep it up, and then was still building off camera, and this one comes from that era. I got her from Costco, and like, oh my gosh, I knew I had to get the rest of the 4 Gentlemen because it was the first one I had, and like I loved it. So like definitely recommend that. And then we have the bonsai tree. This came from my first go at the channel. It's a little bit of a chaotic video, but like if you want to laugh, just watch the first minute. Let's move on to the next area. There's so much more in that area. 1, 2, 3. Hi, welcome to Lego Cribs, and this is my closet. Was that corny? There's a total of 28 sets in here, but right now you can see 6. 2 of these, when I was kind of putting stuff into my closet, I knew like I'm gonna put it right where I see it when I walk in because I have a very, very strong emotional tie to them. So this one right here is the Mandrake. I have done a video on this one. I think that was the first set to make me realize that I really hate stickers, but I hate placing stickers. I learned I don't like Lego stickers from that set, so that taught me a lot. Also, right here I have the tiny plants, which I'm counting it from here. You're gonna see tiny plants all over inside of the closet, but I'm counting it from here because it's the first time you see it. I need to figure out these bottom 2 shelves clearly, but as I was putting that back, there's like literally another tiny plant here. I have them scattered everywhere, so just be warned. Also, I know this looks messy. I'm working on it. I just like don't take action on these things until I really figure out how I want it to look, and then I will do it. Okay, so this set right here, the Baby Yoda. For a lot of people, this is a Lego set that was very forgotten. I feel like the whole Grogu fandom hype and everything kind of died down, but for me, I really, really love looking at that set. It was either the first or the second Lego set I've done. I'm like 90% sure it was my first, and every single time I look at it, I'm like, wow, that started me down a whole thing that changed my life. Before Lego, like I liked my plants and stuff, but they're not really like a high maintenance hobby. Like you don't do a ton with them, but like I found this and I literally came full force into a hobby that has become an obsession for me that I'm really passionate about. I don't know, I know most people have probably forgotten about it. There's probably people who don't even know that was a set. When you look at like Lego sets, it's one of the very few ones that never went up in value and is actually decreased in value, but I just was obsessed. Next we have my Chopper Mech Droid. It isn't my most recent build, but it is a very recent one. I just posted the review on that. I thought it was a really fun build, and I thought like for the Star Wars kind of figures like this, it'd be fun to have them all displayed together. Also, we have the Grogu and Prim. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'll take B-roll just in case. But yeah, that set kind of felt like the perfect follow-up to it. I did a whole video comparing the two and like another Brickhead set, and that was really fun too. Okay, I said that there was 2 sets within here that are very sentimental to me, and obviously it's this one. This is 100% retired, but I think this was one of my first 3 builds, and between the Grogu, this one, and the Technic that I built, I don't recommend doing a Technic in your first 3 builds, by the way. I really got to see how much you could do with Lego, and like, I definitely credit this one a little bit too for starting me down the path, because this was so much fun. And also, like, I'm definitely not as big of a minifigure person as some people, but I definitely got a big appreciation for minifigs from this one. This is kind of a weird shot to get because I don't know how to get it where I look nice and then also this looks nice. I had to put it on like 0.5 because I think my closet looks a lot bigger like on there than it does in real life. In real life, it's really tall, but it's not like super wide, and I don't have a ton of options for trying to get the camera set up, so this is what we're getting. I'm not going to be pulling down any of my brick heads, but that's where a majority of my sets come from. I love brick heads. I feel like that's a controversial thing, but I love brick heads. I think they're fun, they're little, and I enjoy doing them, and I do a lot of these off camera. The top shelf is my Harry Potter brick heads, and then there's Wednesday and Enid. So we have Hagrid, Harry, Hermione, and Ron, and then we have the professors of Hogwarts, and then there's Wednesday and Enid. I collect a lot of Disney brick heads, and next is my like Disney related shelf, so like Pixar, Star Wars, stuff like that. First we have the Woody and Bo Peep, Buzz Lightyear, and then we have the Up characters, Wally and Evie, and then we have Commander Cody, Baby Yoda, and the Mandalorian, and then we have, oh gosh, it's something Raider, I forget it. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot what that one's called. And then our only Marvel one, we have Baby Groot. And the next is all Disney, and I'm gonna have to turn around again. We have the Daisy, Disney 100, Goofy, Pluto, Disney Villains, Dumbo, Eeyore, and Stitch. For all these, I might have shorts available, but I do know that I compared the Baby Yoda and Mandalorian in a video with the other 2 sets, the Big Baby Yoda and then the Grogu and Hoverpram, so that's kind of in a video. And then besides that, I think it's just the Disney 100 that I have a video on. I really enjoy these. I know it's not everybody's thing, but I like them and they're in my closet. Next we have the Diagon Alley, but it is scaled down. I really like this one. I think it's got really cool posability, and I do have a video of that one. That one actually, by the way, like when I was still kind of getting fast at editing and stuff, I actually missed a posting because this was just taking so long to edit. And then finally we have the Colin House. This is from Twilight. I was so excited about it. Damn it, the fan turned on again. I'm so sorry. Let's get the ones behind you really quick and then get away from this fan. Oh man, that one's gonna be hard to get out, but I have my tuxedo cat right here. I thought that was kind of fun that as I go to get jewelry and stuff, it's just kind of like peeking out, like, you know, just being a cat. Look, I talk a lot about like, oh, you know, this is my favorite build. This is my real favorite build. I'm gonna be 100% with you. I really hope they don't see this. Okay, so we have some like very wonderful, very sweet friends who came and stayed with us pretty recently, and they got me this set as a gift, not knowing I've already built it because I do not have a video of this one up. But because I didn't have a video of this one, they got it for me, and they're like, you know, we were hoping you haven't built it, you know, and I just kind of sat there and was like, oh no, this one's supposed to be a really good build, and kind of played a little dumb because if I'm being honest, this was such a good build. I want to build it again. So I'm like super stoked because it's a little hard for me to go like, oh, buy a set you've already done versus getting a new one. But I've told my husband, if I ever ended up with that set again, I would never return it because I want to build it again so bad. So I hope they don't see this because I feel like that's kind of a little douchey to be like, oh yeah, I just pretended like I didn't have it. We're in my bedroom right now, and if you couldn't tell, I love plants. But anyways, hiding within my pothos here, we have the flower arrangement. I do have a video of this one, and honestly, every once in a while I'll go through and totally play with it and swap out different flowers, but generally I kind of return it back to how it's supposed to look. So I was getting into Lego, and we went to a family trip in Florida, and then I got this set, and my husband and I did it together because I was trying to get him into Lego. Turns out this is just my thing, but this one stays on my husband's nightstand because technically I got it for him, even though we built it together. I literally have no idea how to show this because like there's a wall right here and there's no way for me to make this angle big enough. I'm just gonna bring the sets down. Literally, I use this as a cute little book nook, but we have the Books Are My Passion gift with purchase. This is like the only gift with purchase I reviewed, and it's done pretty well. I do have a video of this one. It was really fun. I highly recommend it. Okay, this is dusty. I'm sorry, but we have the Da Vinci flying machine right here. Is it gonna do its thing? Yeah. Next we have the Vespa. I have a little weak spot for like these little mini builds that I think are like a lot of fun. I do have the big Vespa, but I kind of like this one a little bit better if I'm being 100%. Next we have the Lego Love. Don't worry, there's only one more thing I gotta pull down from there. I really enjoyed this set. I think for me, this one definitely got me into like more of the physical art instead of like the painting arts, and like I love it. I'm gonna drop a little bit of channel lore on you. The first time I did the Pretty Pink Bouquet, I had 2 camera angles go out because I wasn't paying attention, and then 1 out of focus for like a significant part of the build. So I bought it again and did it again. So with the extra one, I've kind of taken it and broken it up and made my own bouquet. So there's quite a few sets in here. There's actually 4 different ones. So obviously pretty pink, and then there's the cherry blossoms, there is tulips, and then there's the rose set. So I kind of made my own bouquet, and it just goes up at the top of the bookshelf. Wait, let's move on to the next area. We've moved on to the living room, and this is like one big giant room. So technically there's only 2 sets in here, but there's like a bunch in here, if that makes sense. One that always surprises people that's hidden here is this little guy. I did film this and then I never posted it, but I really enjoy it, and I just think it's like a cute little thing to be sitting around. So the second one in the living room is on the dusty piano. I really need to dust it, and because the light's going down, you really can see how bad it is. To make my husband happy, comment like dust the piano, Macy. Thank you. But we have the pretty pink bouquet. I kept this one very 2 box instead of like with my other one where I just kind of added in other flowers and then did whatever. I'm gonna go through and post and figure this out, and I'll put the answer on screen in a second, but I believe the kitchen actually might have more sets than the Lego room does. Okay, I answered that. First little spot in the kitchen where you see Lego sets would be right here. There's actually 3 of them. First, we have the flower bouquet. I have a big appreciation for this one, even though I don't think it looks as good, because without this, we wouldn't have gotten all the other bouquet sets we have, and like I gotta love this, you know, but like aesthetically it's not my favorite, but I keep it out because I think it's kind of a fun thing to have, you know. Second, we have the Lego orchid. This is the real first botanical I did, and like definitely got me hooked on botanicals. I was a little too harsh to this in the video. Granted, I still hate the forks on the back of it. I just think it looks a little weird, but I love this set so much. I honestly think going back now, like if I were to re-review it, I would totally treat it differently because I understand now how those build techniques work, but for like a newbie, it was hard. And finally, we have the piranha plant, and I think this should be counted as a botanical because it looks like a botanical. Like you should be in Super Mario and botanical because it's pretty cool. I have a video on this one. Actually, I think I have a video on all of these over here. And I thought this was such a fun build, and I definitely would recommend it. And it's got this fun like little, how do you get it to activate? I see some of this I don't Yeah, there we go. Got these fun little coins with it. I'm gonna put it back in there. I literally just picked up my camera to move, and I forgot about this. I have the Wonders of the World little like Lego Insiders one that you got for points right here. Oh my gosh, there's another set right here and I almost missed it. Ignore my crock pot. Oh, why? You know that's on. Anyways, I also have, and I've rearranged these a little bit, but I do have the succulents. Again, kind of an early botanical. I really wish I had the Birds of Paradise because you're going to see I have all of them except for that one, but we do have this one. And this is my last one that's actually sitting out, but we do have the bouquet of roses. You got to appreciate the original flower bouquet because I think without that, we would not have got this one. And this one, in my opinion, has the best roses build. So I love this one. I always leave it sitting out, and then I got a cute little picture of my husband and I here. I just feel like it makes it look romantic and cute. I don't know how to quickly show this or like show this in frame, so I'm gonna show it this way. Usually this all is sitting up there, which is the perfect use of an above fridge cabinet in my opinion. Over here we have some side builds. I do not remember what they go to. And then there was the Lego City Advent Calendar and some minifigures I got. Then we have the Christmas Penguin, the poinsettia, the Christmas tree. There's a snowman one. And then we have the post office Christmas truck, the Santa's sleigh, the Santa's workshop, post office, Christmas Main Street, Santa's visit, and Alpine Lodge. To speed things up, I have 13 seasonal sets right here and right there. 2 cars, which is one set, the Lotus Evora, and then my Vespa that breaks constantly. So we finally made it to my Lego room, and I'm going to be honest, I have a little bit of a storage problem. This is pretty much my only Lego storage, and it's like full. We're going to start up high, and then I'm going to bring it down low. So first we have the Milky Way back there, the Star Wars logo. The Star Wars brick built logo, 12 Grimald Place, and then we have a bunch of Lego flowers up there. Part of the pretty pink bouquet, I'm not going to count that in though because we did earlier. The sunflowers, the daffodils. Next we have the Fast and Furious Toyota Supra. I'm trying to go fast because I realized how long this video is going to be. And then we have the Porsche 911. I did the Target version instead of the turbo, but I kind of want to get a second one and do it. Next we have the Octane minifigure. I might have him like sit down so I have more space, but I'm going to put another shelf because I like the Lego cars. The Lamborghini Countach, which honestly, I know that there's a big one and I really want to do it. This is a Corvette and it's a Technic. I don't even remember what it was called, but I have a very sentimental attachment to this. This is my first Lego Technic, and honestly, it was one of my first 3 builds. I think for me, my first 3 builds were like all so different that it was really cool because it showed me like what could be done with Lego, and it really got me hooked. Like, I don't mind if I'm going to build a Technic, or if I'm going to build the Lego ideas, or if it's going to be architecture, or if it's going to be botanical. I honestly am just happy when I get my hands on bricks. We have the French Cafe. That is a new one, and I do have a video up on this one. It was called Starting My Lego City, but I actually now, the more I've been like paying attention to modular sets, I don't know if I'll be able to do it with that. Going out of order is the set that I showed that actually might be my first Lego City set. Okay, next we have this mini. Honestly, its name is escaping my mind right now. I think it's like mixed flower pot or something like that. This shelf admittedly is a little weird, and I'm trying to figure out what to do with it because I feel like this half matches pretty well and like that half matches pretty well, but like it all doesn't go together. The Year of the Snake GWP. I have a video. Lucky Panda. I messed up the footage on that one, so I do not, but it's here. And then we have the Majestic Tiger, aka the Booty Hole Tiger. This one's retiring this year, by the way, so if you wanted to get your hands on it, like, I would highly recommend doing it. Okay, this one is the Razor Crest Mini Fighter, I think, and then the Petite Bouquet. It's crazy when you look at this how far we've come since the original flower bouquet. I'm gonna do a cool transition, watch. I thought that was gonna be a little bit cooler, but that's fine. You can also see all of my unbuilt sets right here from the haul. Well, no, some of them are not. So first we have the Trevi Fountain. This one is honestly incredible. In my opinion, it's my favorite architecture set. This one honestly did change like Lego architecture forever because we've never had minifigures in them. And then in this we got these white minifigures that we've never seen before, and like that's so cool to me. Next we have the Tranquil Garden. Now I feel like that could look a little weird next to each other, but honestly it kind of just works. Initially I tried to put the Fountain Garden next to the Tranquil Garden, but I didn't like it. So now it goes here, and it kind of goes by my insect animal sets. Right here we have the insects. I'm just gonna pick up one because I don't have 3 hands, unlike our guy the praying mantis here that could probably do it. I did the butterfly and I compared it to a TikTok shop butterfly like Lego off-brand thing. I literally threw that one away. I was so mad at it. And then we have the Kingfisher. I have this one that broke, the Isabella's flower pot. I haven't felt like fixing it. It's not my favorite set, but it's like shattered. Again, I can't hold all of these up, but I have the Keith Haring ones on the floor here because I don't know where to put them. So that just broke even more, but this is what's remaining of Starry Night. It honestly broke and I have not been motivated to fix it. It's a little hard to show because I've had this sitting over there, but I do have the Pyramids of Giza. This one needs like a big spot to be stored because it's so wide and it won't fit on my shelves, so I've been trying to figure that out too. This was way longer than I expected, but we finally made it back to the desk, so let me show you what's been sitting here this whole time. So first we have the retro radio, which I have built, and the review is pending. I have filmed everything for it, but it's not posted yet. I gotta post this first. And then we also have the vending machine. This is my next video. No matter what happens, this is my next video and I'm so excited about it. I have this chunk sitting off to the side, but we haven't attached it yet, so I'm gonna leave it alone. This is my project build. There will be a video posted on this soon, but we have the Disney Castle. This is gonna be a crazy edit, so give me some time on this one as I'm also putting out normal content on a regular schedule because I'm not even done building it at this point. And then for the sets behind me, we have the upscaled minifigure, the wildflower bouquet. I got this one for my birthday like 2 years ago, and I finally built it for the channel a little bit ago. The Mario and Yoshi, and I'll be honest, I did knock this off my table accidentally, and I have a bunch of extra pieces, and I can't figure out why, but it still does this thing. I have one on the wall that you can't see up here. It's just barely out of frame every single time, but because I don't have space, it's like on a random nail in the wall. The sunflowers for me was for sure a top 10 build. I really enjoyed it and it stays together so well and it looks absolutely stunning. I love showing this one to people. When I actually show some of my friends that aren't into Lego and be like, oh yeah, you know, this is some of the cool ones I've done. I show this one and people are like blown away by it. The Mona Lisa, which definitely for me, again, another one I show people and are like, that's crazy, you can build that out of Lego. And I'm like, yeah, I definitely just built that from my own ideas. And finally, we have the Hokusai Great Wave. This is incredible. I feel like this is like a mesh between the old dot paintings and the like paintings of current time, but oh, it's so good. Oh my gosh, I forgot 2 sets. The Polaroid was totally on my kitchen counter, and so was the wildflower like mini bouquet. Not that anyone was questioning that in my last video, but like I have been a Lego fan for a very long time, and I'm very lucky to have the resources to like delve into this as much as like I have. It's kind of insane. Once I did that baby Grogu in 2021, my life changed forever, and honestly, I'm okay with that. I'm so happy doing what I'm doing, and this has very clearly been like a 4-year obsession for me. So almost 4 years. I did my first one, I believe, in August of 2021. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know, do you have any of the same sets as me, or which ones should I add to my collection? And I will see you guys next time. Bye.